Okay, so where do I even begin with this one? And that's not me being coy or anything. That is me legitimately asking, where the fuck am I supposed to begin with this chapter? Like, at all. Like, okay. If you were to ask me that pushing Moskowy's button would transform it into a fat, tubby submissive, into a suave, dapper, debonair, dumb butler, I'd be like, what the fuck are you smoking? But it's Mashima. The unconventional is music to his fucking ears. Like, unconventional is what Mashima has based his whole fucking career as a mangaka on. And in some ways I love him for it, because it just creates these absolutely insane scenarios, but at the same time I'm like, Mashima, there's also situations like this where I'm like, Mashima, are you okay, my dude? What, like, what the, like, seriously, what the fuck am I supposed to think this? So, yeah, pushing Moskowy's button has turned him from Moskowy into Cosmo, the space butler, who, yes, I'm definitely convinced after this there's a relationship of some kind going on there, that we just learned the origins of how like, that in just this single chapter we learned the origins of how, like, Ivory got into the whole BDSM shtick, and it's because of Cosmo. It's like, yeah, like, what more can I say? The context is pretty much all there in black and white. That, yeah, either Cosmo was pretty much her, was her dom, or he taught her all the things about BDSM. I don't know. But it's, yeah, I don't got anything like that. That's literally all I can say about it. Is like, but okay. Getting past that, we eventually see that, yeah, but with Cosmo coming back, he makes quick work of Clown, and with right now, so it's gotten Clown out of the picture, but it's like, it also kind of makes me wonder what exactly is, where exactly are they taking, where exactly is Mashima going to take Clown from here? Like, again, he at this point it's pretty clear he's going to be defeated by Cosmo. He's going to be taken out of the picture, but what exactly is the but what exactly is going to happen with him beyond this point? Like, how are they going to restart his memory? That's kind of my big question about this. And supposedly, and at the end of the chapter, we basically flash back to the whole like moment in time between whole moment in time where Ivory was still in the hospital and being treated by Clown back when he was still a doctor, and supposedly learned the surgery that she was supposed to go under to save her life didn't work. Now we learn that there's, now we also from that we also glean that Clown brings up, the Clown back when he was human, brings up something called ether therapy as a treatment for whatever her illness, whatever it is. And again, getting into that unconventional point, I have to assume that the BDSM factor of what she gets into, that in itself almost is the ether treatment. That it's the BDSM stuff she gets into. That is her treatment. That is what has saved her life. So again, in the most unconventional way, it turns something so kinky into something that I have to assume is what saved her life. So yeah, it's one of those things of Mashima just being the most unconventional person on the fucking planet, and just kind of succeeding at it, honestly. Like, again, that's the one thing I'm kind of love about Mashima, is the man just kind of turns these most unconventional concepts into just makes it work somehow into real application. Okay, if I'm being honest though, there's not there's not much more I can really talk about with this chapter. Honestly, like it's really just focused on the fight of on the clown, on the whole like situation with clown. And I will say this is kind I will say I this is one of those chapters that again to me shows I think there's a little bit of wasted potential here in some ways with this chapter, because just that first spread page alone of catching up with all the what everyone's doing, it feels like at least one or two things in that chapter in that spread page, like it could have been actually added, it could have been expanded upon in the actual chapter itself, but again, I don't like it's one of those things where my biggest problem right now is like the pacing of this chapter felt a little too quick, and that Mashma could have added to it, but by expanding upon like at least one or two of those battles that we had seen in the spread page, rather than just give it sort of the like preview catch up treatment of just reminding us of all the battles that are going on. Like I think he could have actually expanded on a couple of those battles in the chapter itself, because it kind of made the chapter feel a lot shorter than it normally was. Honestly, like again, I got nothing against short chapters, but it's like this. If it feels like there's something that could be expanded upon, I'm gonna call it out. And yeah, this just the first page of this chapter felt like this some of this stuff could have been stuff he could have expanded on. I don't know why he didn't, but I assume he has reasons. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and if it's Crunchyroll, be sure notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Yeah, Dark Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, everyone.